Here's my analysis of the Baylor women's tennis roster for this year. They're very young, six underclassmen, two of those seniors, one junior. Hannah Pinto is a junior, 5'7". She's not gonna probably not gonna play that much, if any. I'm just being real about that. To be honest, Paul Boniano is a 5'5" senior. That's a fifth year, so no more years of eligibility after this year. Isabel Harrison is 5'10". That's a senior. Second year in the program as a that plays. Now, granted, I know 2021 she came in the spring but didn't play. Transfer from Alabama, and she does have a COVID year if she wants to use it. But we'll have to wait and see. Freshman wise, they have Daniel Tufton. That's 5'6" tall. That's a freshman. To me, she's like a 7 or 8 player to me. Lubov Koskenko from Syracuse. That's 5'8". She's a freshman. She didn't play at Syracuse, granted. So she's classified as a freshman, and this is his first year here. Daniela Dimitrov, 5'10" freshman. That's a that will could probably be in a lineup. I would consider a 5 or 6. But Lubov Koskenko, I would think 3 or 4, but somewhere in a lineup to me. 3 through 6. That to me should be the obvious. Brooke Thompson, 5'10" sophomore. And I would say 7 or 8 for her right now, if I'm being honest. So obviously Hannah Pinto is number 9 out of the players. Alina Shledabina, that's 5'8" tall. That's a should be in the top 3 in the singles lineup. I think it's going to be number 2, if I'm being honest. And then of course Anita Sadieva. She's 5'9" sophomore. I would say she should be in the top 4 somewhere. Maybe even probably in the top 4 in the singles lineup now. So we're going to have to wait and see what the lineups are going to look like. And I know initially they put out on the schedule on the Baylor Women's Tennis website that they have the TCU invite with TCU and SMU and Tarleton State, but it's no longer there. So that's just a fair warning on that if you go back and look. But their preseason pick to be 6, which I could totally see. I give them an edge over Texas Tech right now. That's picked 7th because a first-year head coach, and they only have 8 players on the roster, and their best player is not even there anymore. She could have been staying, but their roads. The Iowa State's pick 4, which they're gonna host. Baylor's gonna host them this year, and both Oklahoma schools, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, which to me, Texas and Oklahoma are the top 2 in the Big 12, unless they proven otherwise. And obviously, I would say they have Texas Tech on the road, TCU on the road, Texas on the road, both Kansas and Kansas State on the road, which leaves the following. Of course, they have West Virginia and Iowa State and both Oklahoma schools, like I said, as home matches in terms of the Big 12. So my ceiling for this team this year, I say no better than a Sweet 16. It's because the teams around them. I mean, and when you look at all across the country. But I think the floor is around a 64 or 32. I could definitely see that. And of course, the Big 12, I would say no worse than 6 or 7, which I would give them the benefit of doubt to put them at 6 at worst right now because of the Texas Tech situation with the first-year head coach. But no better than 3rd or 4th, which 3rd might be pushing it a little bit because Oklahoma State is right there. But you never know. We get to host them. So that's just my thoughts on the team this year. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. That's going to be at 500 subscribers, and I can't wait for that season to begin. Which the first dual match, by the way, is January 21st against Houston here, and UTGRV here, noon and 6 p.m. Central Time. And the rest, you can check out on Baylor Women's Tennis website. So that's all. Sick 'em.